Today I am going to try to fix my dryer, which is doing this here. Listen. Making that sound, and it was smoking, and it started very suddenly. The clothes were drying just fine, so it wasn't a matter of clogged anything. It gets hot, but all of a sudden it started squeaking and making that sound. And I suspect that there's something stuck in the front of the wheel, but I went ahead and ordered a new belt and a new pulley because this is what it looks like in the back here. The pulley, oh, there we go. Now you can see it's nice and rusty, and the belt is rather cracked. There you go. You can see the fine detail here. It is fairly worn. This dryer is, let me see, about 14, 15 years old, and none of this has been changed. So that's what I'm going to do. The pulley here, assembly, is just this piece right here, which is attached to the spring, and that is the tensioner and pulley all in one. Looks like that. That's what we're going to replace. The top of the dryer, this is a Kenmore, extra heavy duty Kenmore, and the top is just this flat piece right here. It's just screwed in with 2 screws in the back and held in place with these clamps here in the front. So it's just a matter of unscrewing the back and popping it up with the big screwdriver in the front, and off it comes. And remove the top, remove the front panel by unscrewing the 2 screws right behind here, unplug the harnesses, lift this panel up and off, and the front will be exposed. Front panel off, like so. And here is another big problem. This is called the glide pad, and it should have 3 of these right here, and it only has 1, and that is a big problem. So as with my washing machine, this is going to sit in the hallway until I get a new part for that. But let us continue on and change that belt anyway. Also take advantage of the fact that it's all apart and just vacuum the heck out of this thing. Look at all that accumulated dust. Gross. Lint and everything. Let me see. Oh, there's a big, huge dust ball. And more lint when you pull this off. There was a thick layer right here. It looked like a felt pad, but it wasn't. It was all lint. So we're just going to vacuum all of that out. Now, we are going to take the belt off. Sorry, I can't get the right kind of lighting here. So, let's just move this back, loosen it. I can't do it with holding the camera, so I'm just showing you what I'm going to do. Loosen that, and then the belt is loose. You can pull the belt off and over the front of the drum. Okay, it's all loose. Take that off. Drop it down there. Oh, wait. Take the old tensioner off, put the new one on. Put the little spring on there. And just put it in where the other one was. Where the other one was, right there. And screw it in. There we go. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you? I'm going to put this over here. Okay. And then pull this down and over there. And it's really quite easy to do. There we go. Now just make sure the grooves face the drum. The grooves on this here, see, should face the drum, and that it's not twisted anywhere. While I'm waiting for that glide strip to arrive, I'm going to make a temporary fix. I'm going to cut a couple pieces off of my dog's cone, nice thick mylar, and just glue it with contact cement. One piece there and one piece there. Okay, here are the two pieces I cut. Paint the felt and one side of the mylar with contact cement. Let it dry for 15 minutes and apply. Right to the edge here. Remember, this is just a stop-gap measure. There she is, all jerry-rigged. So day 2, it started squeaking again, and I know it wasn't the belt, and I know it wasn't this, because this is holding up very well. So I took it apart again, and saw that the bearing itself was filthy, needed good cleaning. So I took it, took the drum out, and I'm cleaning this, and I'm going to go get some heavy-duty lubricant and stick it in there. Okay, I've got it all clean, and I walked across the street to Napa and said I need lubricant that is rated for high heat and just a tiny bit, and this is what he gave me: brake grease for disc brakes. He says disc brakes will get hotter than your dryer, so this should work great. I'm just going to stick that inside the ball right there. Friends and countrymen, third time is going to have to be a charm. I've changed the belt and the tension pulley and cleaned up all of the lint and fixed the glide strip, and the thing is still and greased the ball back here, and the thing is still screeching, and it even came to a stop, and smells like smoke. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to put in a new motor. That should do it. First, to remove the drum, you have to unscrew it back here. But here's the old motor. Look at all this gorgeous copper. I'm going to have to find a use for that. Okay, let's undo this thingamajig that I have to undo, so I'm going to have to put the phone down and get a pair of pliers and just snap that off. And then I'm going to loosen this here and take this off. Not take this off. This will stay. The motor will come off. Oh yeah, and unplug it from these wires here. So a 22 millimeter socket was the biggest I had, so I had to go down to my neighbor friend, the plumber, and borrow a 7/8 inch socket. Now this is going to go here, and with this I'm going to hold the shaft of the motor back here, and then I will twist this way to release it. And it might be a struggle, but it'll get done. So because this is plastic here, and it just will not loosen, you're supposed to turn it this, according to this little arrow. Oh, sorry, this little arrow here. Turn it this way to loosen, and I did it and did it and did it, and now it is stripped and unloosenable. So guess what I did? I removed the entire blow case and motor, and this has now become how to rebuild your entire dryer. I strongly suggest at this point in time that you make yourself some tension tamer tea. That's what I'm doing. Wide strip looks like when the thing is together. The drum will slide over that hard plastic. So here's the thing that the repair clinic won't tell you and won't sell you. You won't get this blower assembly or the motor off without this tool here, an extended socket 7/8 inch. It's huge. And not the little star-shaped one, but I don't know how you can tell what that is there. That type right there, okay? Go thee and get one. Okay, so we've replaced now the belt, the pulley, the motor, and the fan assembly. And we've greased the bearing back here. Now she goes back together for the 4th time. And better not squeak. Now there's one last very important trick that my non-mechanical sister came up with to put the drum back on. It's very difficult actually to line up the holes, the 3 holes, because once you can see the hole, but once you get the drum right at it, it disappears from view because, well, you will know when you try to do it yourself. So, there are 3 holes in the back here, and they don't line up perfectly with the others, but you can do this. Stick a skewer through there, come through the front, and just put it through here. It's at an angle. So as you see, it doesn't line up perfectly, but you just have one of those right there. Then you can hook your drum onto that one skewer, and then you can line up the other 2 holes, screw those in, then remove the stick, and screw in the 3rd one. And here's the job all done. It's working beautifully. You've done several loads already, and it does not squeak, does not smoke. It's running quite smoothly. It took 2 loads to kind of adjust the glide strip, because that squeaked a tiny bit, but that's all worked out, and it is working like a charm.